Let's begin with Linux as a friendly user OS distro that I've encountered, and I wanted to share my thoughts on my top 5 Linux OS distro designed for beginners. Hello, my name is Blair, your science teacher in Sanabin School, Khon Kaen, Thailand. This is Operating System OS, the top 5 easiest Linux distro designed for beginners. I'm a Filipino by birth, and my great-great-grandparents are from Spain, and my family scattered all over the world, not by work but by citizen. As my family constantly moving from one place to another, I also wanted to have a lesser expenses to mitigate my expenses financially. As we constantly moving as a traveler, I need to have a reliable and stable platform for my tech, and especially for my laptop. If it is crashes, I could fix it or reinstall it by myself, not always go to a tech store to fix it every time. My laptop is for my work, editing both photo, layouts, and video, and it is easy to use. And of course, it is free, no issues in add-on expenses, so I completely switched to Linux. It is reliable, stable, and freedom to use. So right now I'm in the Elementary OS, which is the first in our first look into the beginners Linux operating system distro. I think this will be the 5th in my list. It's not highly customable, but it is easy at the same time. So we have the dock right here. It's a little bit like confusing for the newcomer, because instead of you have to go to right here for your start menu, you have to go to right here in the application up here. So that is a little bit like the downside. Why is it I place it at number 5 for the newcomer into Linux, which is the beginners level? So it is very cool. You have all those stuff right here. It is easy to navigate, but you need to learn a little bit first. How I wish if they have the start menu right here, but they don't have. You need to go to the application right here and then scroll for your application, and they only have several, like App Center, also right here, the App Center down here on the dock. Let me see. It's a little bit like Mac version. It is not for Windows, but this is for the Mac. Hardware compatibility, a little bit like no, it has some issues, especially if you have some extension with your display. I have that encountered during my lectures when I tried it. I have a little bit like it is beautiful, but in the compatibility of the hardware display, like your projector or your TV, you need to prepare for yourself, because it really needs to have this knowledge to configure the desktop display for your extension. I don't know if they have already fixed it, but based on my experience as using this one in 7.1 Horus, I still have this problem. I think if they could like fix it, like the display mirror settings right there, because I have some problem, especially when I was like looking 800 or 6 or 7 something ish, very low resolution, and the settings, it was, I hope they will fix the bug. That's how I see it. I hope they will fix the bug, especially in the display. GUI, graphic user interface, yes, this is a little bit like Mac. It has the Mac feel, but you cannot change it, like if you want to move this one, like no, you can't. That's the problem right here. So it is not highly customable. At the same time, games, let me see, games, they don't have any games yet. No, they don't have. You need to go to the app center. So let's try to go to the app center. So yeah, we are running in demo. So it will have the limited version. So let me see, games. No, they don't want me. Because it is a demo. Yeah, I know it is demo. Let's go to the Google Earth. So the same, we have the deb file and the RPM, but I prefer the deb file because this is based on the Debian or the Ubuntu as their base of their elementary OS. So let's click that one. Let's wait for it to reach 100%, and then after that let's open that one. It was finished already, so let's open. Installation apps cannot open. So this is a little bit like, no, this is not for beginners. I could not recommend this one. So this is gonna be like not easy because like the flat packs, the deb, they have the issue right here. So I think it is beautiful, but you need to have a little bit like knowledgeable in handling Linux operating system like this one, the elementary OS. So right now we are now in our Linux Mint. It is based in Cinnamon. This is the Cinnamon desktop environment, and of course it is easy for you to navigate this one because it looks and feels like a Windows. It is fully GUI, so it is graphic user interface, and it also support the NVIDIA hardware. It comes with the NVIDIA hardware, which is tried it last time with my other laptop with the NVIDIA installer, but this is Intel i5 11th generation with 12 gigabytes of random access memory or RAM, and at the same time it comes with the NVIDIA installer hardware for those who has the proprietary hardware, and at the same time this is fully GUI, graphic user interface, so that's kind of cool. So you have all the application, or you by category, by accessories, education, games, graphics, internet, office, others like audio and video, or sound and video, administration, preference, and so on. This is one of the easiest Linux operating system distro. And let me see, in games, I only install the Gcomprise, but it also comes with the installation for the Steam or the Steam Deck. So let me open that and maximize this one. So let's go to Steam. Let's type in Steam. So as you can see, the search opened the Steam Deck right here. So Steam streaming web service. So you can install this one via Flatpak, FlatHub. So it's easy to install. Just click install right here. Let me see if we have some deb file. Let's go to the Google Earth. So we have the deb file right here. So let's try to accept it and try to install it. How easy to download and install a deb file in Linux Mint. So we have completed the deb file. Let's double click that one as we will install it. So it is very easy. It's just this installer of the Linux Mint. What they call is the software manager. So just double click it and the software manager will open for you. And that is why it is very easy to newcomer. They just gonna double click and it will install it for them. No need to go to a terminal to install a .dev file. At the same time, it has Flatpak, as you can see just a while ago. It has some Flatpak installer. So it has a Flatpak installer, so you don't need to go to a terminal. Oh, let me see. How about it is easy? Yep. How easy? Yes, it is easy. We still have the start menu button right here. We also have the quick launch right here. I only gave 4 application to be quick launch. And we have the notification. Of course, I already customized this one, so it will help you in your navigation. At the same time, we have the time and date on the right lower corner. At the same time, you can move this one into different location. Like we're gonna click that one, or right click, and then let's move this one up here. Yes. Move it on the right side, move it on the left side, and okay, let's go back to the bottom. So yes, it is easy to navigate this type of Linux, which is Linux Mint. I think this is version 21.2 Cinnamon desktop environment. So there it is. Web apps. Let me see. Do they have web apps? Yes, they have web apps right here. Let's try to add. So you have the name, web address, icon if you want to change it. If you have some different type of icon, and at the same time, where is that category will be. Browsing, either you have the options if you have some different browser, but I prefer Firefox. Navigation bar, yes, if you want to, if it's gonna be a incognito or private window, so it depends on the application. So I only have one web app right now. And at the same time, how stable? Yes, it is stable. I don't have any problems. Hardware capability and compatibility, well, it is very adaptable, especially when I install a new laptop, which is the last quarter of 2022, first quarter of 2023. I have a new laptop, which is Acer Aspire 7 with NVIDIA, and it is capable. It is lightweight. Yes, it is lightweight. I only have so based on my disk usage, I gave, let me see, where is my, okay, Linux Mint right here. So my Linux Mint is just only running with 29 gigabytes. Oh, no. So the size I gave is 52, and I have free of less than 30 gigabytes. So which means I have 20 gigabytes of operating system and applications. So it is lightweight. Responsive, yes, it is responsive. When I go to my information right here, it will tell you I have 8 cores of CPU, 12 gigabytes of random access memory, plus my swap, which is my virtual memory. How about need to update? So in my notification, I have 47 updates available, which is, wow, so many. I think I have a lot to update right here. So how do I update? just click right here on the update. So it's very easy to navigate this one. Let's click update and then click OK. And of course, remove update required. Okay, let's remove that one. And authentication, of course, don't forget your password to authenticate your execution of your updates or software installation. So let's wait for that one until it reaches 100%. Oh, it's already, some of the installation is already done. Okay, that's how easy to update the Linux Mint in 2023. Highly recommended to the beginners that is shifting to Linux operating system. We have the Linux Mint distro operating system. So you don't really need to go to a terminal just to install the updates plus the grub plus the information that which is some of the operating system needs and require you to go to a terminal. But in Linux Mint, it will simply just do it by itself when you have some updates. So that is why it is a distro for beginners. So it requires a reboot, but it doesn't force you to do it as soon. So it's just requiring, please reboot your system as soon as possible. It isn't forcing you to reboot it right now. So that is the power of Linux. You don't need to be forced with on this update. So I could like close it as soon as possible. Okay, let's go to another Linux distro, which is Zorin. And I recommend the Zorin Education Pro for the Gnome. So let's go to the Zorin Education Gnome desktop environment. So right now we are now in our Zorin Education Pro, which is I just didn't install it in my disk right now, which is basically I'm just in the live environment. And of course this one is for beginners at the same time. This is the Gnome desktop environment. So let's go to the system so that you could see where is the settings. Okay, there it is. So let's go to the abouts. So yes, I only gave it around like 8 gigabytes of random access memory. At the same time, my processor, as you can see, I'm using the AMD Ryzen 7 with 5200 Radeon graphics, and this is the NVIDIA GeForce GPU. So I'm using the graphics, but at the same time, this is in the Gnome boxes virtualization. Based on this operating system, it is also easy to navigate. The compatibility of the hardware, it includes the NVIDIA, which is right now I'm using it. So it's a little bit tricky when you have the non-latest Linux kernel. It will sometimes will not load properly. You need to have a little bit like expertise on installing NVIDIA graphics GeForce GTX GPU. So at the same time, this is user friendly. Like you have the graphic user interface. It feels like you're using a Windows. Yes, I'm referring to Windows because it is popular and it marketed itself as popular. But for me, I think it is much better to have the Linux for beginners distros,
because it will help you at the same time it will help you financially. That's for sure. So I'm in the live session environment right now. So we have the start menu right here. We have the quick launch 1 2 3 4 5. Oh no, this is not the quick launch because yeah, this is the desktop, which is only one. We also have the Firefox right here as a quick launch, and at the same time our software manager, software center. Oh no, it's software center. So let's go shopping. So it comes with flat pack, so you don't need to go to the flat hub and to install. So this is one of the easiest. So I think it doesn't need to go to a terminal to configure all those stuff. Let's go to only Office. Let's just click this one. So you have the snap, flat pack, and all those stuff, the old version and the new version. So flathub.org. So you don't need to go to a FlatHub website. Just go to the software center and it will install it for you. How about games? Because Windows user always play games. Yeah, but in Linux I probably use a lot of Office Suite as I create a PowerPoint for my presentation. At the same time, not only that, but also in editing photo layouts, and at the same time our video. So it has a little bit like sluggish type of performance, I think, because this is the live version, so it needs to download some cache. So let me see. There's a lot right here. How about I'm interested with the Steam? So let's go to Steam. Where is it? Okay, Steam installer right here. So just click it right here, and this is in FlatHub. So wow, okay, you don't need to go to a source like the flathub.org. So just click right here and install it. It's graphic user interface. And how about, let me see, I'll just gonna minimize that one first. How about, do they have any web app? Oh, they don't have any web app. I think the only downside right here is you need to go to a web app installer. Yeah, I think that is the problem right here, but it is so easy at the same time. Let me see if they have like the Photopea, because the Photopea is a web app. So yeah, they have the Photopea, so the offline and the free alternative. So free alternative to do the Photoshop thing. It is for the Linux. So they have this 2 version, so you don't need to use a web app. But how about let me see, how about the Google? So I think they don't have any web app installer, I think. Maybe I don't see it. Well, I don't know yet. Okay, so the downside in Zorin is that they don't have the web app application in their software center. So it's kind of like so sad. I hope they have the option. So how do they update? Just click all updates, click that one, and it will install it for you. So let's minimize this one as it is still installing and downloading the application. So I just minimize it over there in a quick launch. So how about the installer? Yes, it has no problem with that. How about let's look for a deb file which is in Google Earth. Google Earth download, even though it is present on the software center, but I just want to have it download. So let's go to the downloads. So we have the deb right here. So the same, they have the deb and the RPM if you are using OpenSUSE or the Fedora. So let's download that one, and then let's wait for it to reach 100%, and then let's try to install it. If we have some problem, no, we don't have any problem. So you can click right away and then install it right away. So you don't need to go to a terminal to install it. Yeah, they also have the terminal, but I don't recommend the terminal for the beginners in Linux. Let's try to click this one, install right away, of course. Okay, I'm still updating, that is why. So right now I've clicked and stopped the update first because I want to see the installation. So this is the deb file. My file source is a deb file, and let's click this one to install. How easy to install a deb file in Zorin Education Pro Gnome desktop environment. So we have the Google Earth Pro right now, so kind of cool. Let's go to the update again. Update everything and then minimize it. Let's go to the, where will be that one? Is it in the internet? Yes, it is in the internet. So we have the Google Earth Pro, which is from the deb file. So yes, so we have the deb file installed and it is running. Cool. So let me see. Games friendly user interface. No, it doesn't support the web apps. You need to go to the software center to download everything. So Zorin OS, a little bit like, yeah, you could use the Zorin, but I think only support for the web apps, a little bit like that is the downside. And at the same time, how to install the NVIDIA GeForce, it has some a little bit tricky, as I discovered it when I was installing this in the hardware. It is lightweight, yes, it is a little bit lightweight, but there is also a very lightweight like this one, the FXCE version, but I'm using for schools for learning. It has a complete like Scratch. Scratch is one of the Microsoft. They actually bought by Microsoft, but at the same time it was developed by MIT under the GIT, which is the Git app. How to make a application in Linux, that's GIT. But right now Windows are buying a lot of stuff in the Linux. Let me see. The thing here is that it is a long-term support, which is I don't really recommend for new beginners, especially if you are constantly like want to have the latest version. This is the LTS, so I think it is much better to have rolling release if you are coming from Windows. Yeah, I still recommend the rolling compared to LTS. So I think I will recommend this one for beginners, but I prefer the rolling release. So it is also easy to navigate because we have also the window type, the start menu, the quick launch, the notification, and the time and date area. And of course, we have also the icons right here. You can always put the icons right here if you want to in the desktop. So let's go to another distro, which is our Pop OS. We are now in our Pop OS. So anyway, the hardware compatibility of the NVIDIA GeForce, yes, it has a variety of installer. That's including the, let me go to the Pop System76.com. So yes, they have the installer for the generic and the NVIDIA GeForce GTX GPU. That's for the graphics. At the same time, they also have the Raspberry Pi 4. So it comes with the compatibility of the NVIDIA GeForce hardware. Yes, it is very cool to have that one as for the Pop OS Linux. And at the same time, it has the, let me see, oops, what is this? Oh, we have an update. How many update? Okay, we just only have one update. So that's very cool because it is graphic user interface installation for the updates and application. So it is user friendly. At the same time, let me see if they have this games. Let me go to the games. Based on the games, it also installing the updates. So let us wait for that one because we have those two ongoing at the background. So at the same time, let me see if they have the installer for the deb file. So let me see, is there, oh yeah, they have the deb file installer right here. Install some application, just drop right here and it will begin the installation. So very cool. So they have Eddie for the deb file installation. Very cool. That is highly recommended for you. That's gonna be on my second on my list as the easiest Linux distro for beginners. And based on our games right here, we have a lot actually. So that's very cool to know. We have also, let me see if they have some Steam. Oh yes, so they also have this Steam right here. So very cool. This is highly recommended. And they also have the option to install in Flatpaks or in deb file. Oh, that is why they have the deb packages and the Flatpak packages. So there's no problem with installation. It will be like very easy to navigate on this. So let's go to the updates. Let me see if it's already finished. Yes, it's already finished. It's already update. No update. It's up to date. All of those stuff are up to date as they indicate right here. So very cool. So this one is very easy to navigate and to be on the newcomer for the Linux, and it's also a little bit lightweight, not too much. It's stable and very responsive. There will be some sluggish times because this is a VM, or this is the virtual box says of the Gnome boxes virtual machine. So the thing right here is that this is a long-term support, LTS. So that is the sign that I could like against with it, because you need to install each time, and you have this, not the cutting edge. So if you have the newer version of your hardware, so you're sometimes having some problems. That is why I recommend, if you have the latest, so just go with the rolling release, not the LTS Linux distros operating systems. And I just gave only 8 gigabytes. I could like drop it like a 4 gigabytes of random access memory. This is running in the AMD Ryzen 7 with 5200 with Radeon graphics, and the graphics right now I've been using is the virtual machine, and I only gave it like 32 gigabytes of this space capacity. Here it is, the Pop Linux OS 22.04 LTS. So that is a bummer for me, because you need to install the if you want to have the latest, so you need to like erase the operating system and put another operating system. So that is a little bit like bummer for me. So I still recommend the rolling release. Let me see, what can I say about this one? So it has the navigation key, the stockings, or the tiling, auto tiling, workflow, almost everything. Deep learning at the same time, it is also good for bio informatics, media production like OBS. Like me, I've been using OBS. But of course, I still have some issues with DaVinci Resolve when I install it in with this Pop OS, but it's still a little bit okay compared to others. Well, it depends on your hardware. So anyway, engineering at the same time, software engineers, yes. Android, yes. Of course, Linux is Android. There are actually Gen 2 modified Linux. So if you're using Android, well, you better make sure that you know that that is Linux. Let me see. So compatibility with almost software tools. Yes, it is compatible. Gaming, graphics, don't disturb, dark mode, everything. Yep, it's all here. So you don't need to be scared. But the thing is, it is just a not a rolling release. That is a bummer for me. So yep, that is my take with the Pop OS Linux. It is very easy, but the thing is that it is not a rolling release. It is a LTS, or long term support, which is about like 10 no, I think it's 5 years of support, technical support for this particular OS. So that is the difference between the rolling release and the long-term support. So let's go to the number 1 easiest Linux distro. Let's go to Big Linux. So right now I'm in my Big Linux operating system distro, and this is my working laptop. Actually, I want to let you see what is my working laptop looks like. And of course, if you're wondering why I have this 2 widgets, so later I gonna demonstrate that one for you. So anyway, let me see. So this is compatibility with the NVIDIA GeForce hardware, which is on the other laptop. It's basically identical. So as you can see, it has the kernel of 6.4.16, which is the latest version, and this is a rolling release. So this is one of the nicest thing that I could like give it to you guys. It is not like the other one, like you need to reinstall every time there is a new version. This one, it's just keeping you like just up to date and especially right here. That's why I'm using this one right now, because I'm letting you see the updates. I didn't really like update this since I finished the grades and the final exams in coding. Right now I have 127 updates available, and because it has a major update lately, so I didn't install it. I want you to see how we install it right here in the updates of the Linux, big Linux operating system. Let me see, where is that? Okay, so as you can see, this is my updates. I have so many updates right here, so many updates. So this is 100, how many there was, 127, with a total megabytes of 691.5 megabytes. So let's just click this one and then enter the super secret password. This is how we install the updates, so you don't need to go to the terminal just to update. So graphic user interface installation is also better. This is what I recommend for the newcomer. So anyway, graphic user interface installation is much better right here. You can always download whatever you want right here. So let's go to the Google Earth. So as you can see, we have to accept this one just like anyone else. So just wait to reach 100%, and then let's open that one, and then there you have it. So no need to go to a terminal. So kind of cool. It support the dev file, the tar file. Very cool. So review the installation, blah 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 thing. So let's just click this one, install, and it will take several minutes to accomplish everything installation. So games at the same time, it is very easy to navigate this one, especially if you go to the big store, which is the graphic user interface. So let me see, let's try to go to the games. So we have different types of games right here, from the board games, educational, to the strategic, and so on and so forth. But I want to go to the so-called Steam. So we have the Steam Deck already installed. Yeah, native at the same time, launcher. So just click this one and it will install, reinstall, install, run. So I already have the application right here. So just open that one and then you're good to go. But I don't want to open the Steam, but this is the update. So let's just click this one, update. So I'm having the multitasking right now. So games, installer, user friendly, support web apps. Yes, they also support web apps. As you can see, you can add and remove right here. Go to the URL, name, icon if you want to change what kind of browser do you want, if it's gonna be Chrome, Firefox, or Brave, of course, if you want to put it on the web apps or somewhere else. Cool. It also have the big Linux web app installed already, because it's already pre-installed right here. You have complete, like, you have the big Linux forum plus the Discord at the same time. You have the Instagram, Facebook, Messenger at the same time. Oh, of course, you have the Netflix, Odyssey. Yes, Odyssey. Even Microsoft 360 is already here. Of course, you have the Outlook and the OpenStreetMap converter, or even a Photopea right here. Prime, Amazon Prime videos is also here. Microsoft Skype is also here. Snapchat, Spotify, Telegram, and Twitch, even Twitter X right here. And WhatsApp, and of course your Microsoft Yahoo Mail. Google at the same time, web apps are also pre-installed, so you don't need to install it. So privacy focus, no, it will not be privacy focus because this is gonna be for the newcomer from the Windows. Okay, as you can see, I already installed some of the application right here. So let's just wait for the process to finish this one, installation, and at the same time the update. It is lightweight actually. Let me see. I gave this like because this is gonna be my working, so that's why I have the large area for the application. Let me go to the of course I want to modify it a little bit, like open, yes. So this one is for the Windows, this is for Ubuntu, this one for the big Linux, and the very big one is for the KDE Neon, which is the vanilla operating system. I also have the Linux Mint, which is just a while ago I opened this one and let you see inside my Linux Mint operating system distro. So I recommend this one. This is lightweight, stable, very responsive at the same time. It supports the Windows, Windows-like. At the same time, user-friendly, supports web apps, games, even the installation of the deb and all of that kind of like tar and different types of file you can install there. Just double click it and it will just gonna open it. And at the same time, GeForce hardware supported, no problem with that. It comes with it. Let me see, stable at the same time, lightweight, very responsive, and at the same time it is a rolling release. So rolling release, which means you don't need to always reinstall, like like just like if you have the Windows XP, Windows 7, and then you want to update and upgrade it into Windows 11 or Windows 10 or Windows something like different types of Windows, and especially coming like Windows 12. So yeah, this is highly recommended for you guys. This is gonna be very easy for everyone else to use. So yeah, this is the top of the easiest Linux distro for beginners. Elementary OS, another 5th place. 4th place is Linux Mint. 3rd place is Zorin Education Gnome Pro. And number 2, 2nd place will be Pop OS Linux distro. And the number 1 on the top is the Big Linux operating system distro based in Manjaro and Arch. And it is rolling release, so you don't need to like install every time. You can always like use the graphic user interface and all of those stuff. You don't really need to go to a terminal to update. So that is why I highly recommend this one. This is Blair, your science teacher in Sanabin School in Khon Kaen, Thailand. This is being the operating system, OS, top 5 Linux operating system distro for beginners. Bye for now and see you in the next episode. Bye.